Hello everyone. The purpose of this short video, and I tried to do this before with one problem and I didn't make it in 15 minutes, so I'm going to have to try to shorten the way that I'm going to do this. I'm going to do number 6. Number 6 is on page 293, and number 6 basically asks me to assign 12 tasks to however many workstations that I have that I need to do in order to have a cycle time of 1.5 minutes. I need to draw the precedence diagram for this line, assign tasks under each of the tool rules. The tool rules, first of all, are greatest positional weight, and then B, to the most following tasks, and then compute the percentage of idle time for each one. So first thing I do is I draw the precedence diagram. So precedence diagram, A is first. It doesn't have any requirements. B is next. B requires A to be done. C is next. C requires B to be done. D is next. It requires C to be done. Now E doesn't have any precedences, so I show this on a separate line, but both D and E are required in order to do F, so I show that as well. And then once I've done F, I can do G, H, I, J, K, and L in those particular order. Now I've also indicated the time required for each task, because that will be helpful to me in filling out the remainder of the problem. All right. So again, I've done my precedence diagram. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assign tasks based upon, first of all, the greatest positional weight. Positional weight basically means is the amount of time for that task plus all of the tasks that are dependent upon that task. So for A, for example, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, and L are all required in order for A. Right? The only thing that is not part of the positional weight for A is E, because E is not dependent upon A, or it's not A. Right? So if I add the 0.1 plus the 0.2 plus the 0.9 plus the 0.6 out at the top over here plus the 0.2, I'm skipping the time for E, plus the 0.4 plus the 0.1 plus the 0.2 plus the 0.7 plus the 0.3 plus the 0.2, I end up with a positional weight of 3.9. Right? I do the same thing for B, and the only thing that's different from B is it requires me to do A, but its positional weight is only its weight plus all the following tasks after it. So that's basically everything from B to L except for task E, right? So its positional weight is 3.8. Now notice for when you get to E, E basically it's going to be E plus F plus G plus H plus I plus J plus K plus L. So positional weight for E is going to be 2.2, right? So we do the same thing for the rest of the task as well, right? But that's positional weight. This is going to be required for the first part of the problem, right? For part 1, I should say, of I'm going to highlight that in light blue. All right, so that's going to be required for me to do part 1 of section B. All right. And then part 2 for section B requires me to base the items based upon the number of tasks following that. For task A, the number of tasks following task A is going to be B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, and L. So just add those letters, the number of letters, not the time, but the number of letters together, and you get 10. You do the same thing for all of the other ones. So notice that D is going to have 0.7 because all the tasks that follow it are F through L. E is going to also be 0.7 because F through L are all following tasks for that. All right, so now I've done that table for me. Now I can actually do the first part of section B. I can assign the tasks based on the least amount of workstations with a limit of 1.5 minutes per workstation based upon the greatest positional weight. So first thing I need to do is I need to think about what that needs to be done before I do this task. So the only tasks that don't have any immediate precedences are A and E. Right, so A and E are the ones that are eligible first, and they will both fit because I have 1.5 minutes available. A takes 0.1 minutes, E takes 0.1 minutes, so those are both available. But what I'm going to do is, since they both take 0.1 minutes, I'm going to take, and they're both available, I'm going to base on this based upon the greatest positional weight. So positional weight for A was 3.9 minutes. Positional weight for E was 2.2 minutes. So I'm going to do A first. So I've done A. A takes me 0.1 minutes. That leaves me 1.4 minutes remaining. So now I have everything except A left, and I have 1.4 minutes. So what can be done now? B and E can be done now. B and E, B takes 0.2 minutes, E takes 0.1 minutes. Again, based upon the positional weight, both of those will fit. B has the highest positional weight of 3.8, so I'm going to do B first. B is going to take me 0.2 minutes. 0.2 minutes from the 1.4 gives me 1.2 minutes. All right, so I have 1.2 minutes available now. What can I do now? I can do C and E based upon the fact that the only thing I've done so far is A and B. Everything else has other precedences required. So C and E, C had a positional weight of 3.6 and a processing time of 0.9. E had a positional weight of 2.2 with a processing time of 0.1. The one that will fit in there with the highest positional weight is C, which because positional weight for C again was the 3.6. Right, so I'm going to do C. That takes me 0.9 minutes. 0.9 minutes from the 1.2 leaves me 0.3 minutes. Right, so now I've done A, B, and C. The only things I can do now with the 0.3 minutes are available are D or E. Right. Either one of those will fit. If I look at D and E, D has a positional weight of 2.7 with a time of 0.6. E has a positional weight of 2.2 with a time of 0.1. Though D is a better candidate for me to do in order positional weight, I don't have enough time available to do D. I only have 0.3 minutes available, so instead I'm going to do E. E takes me 0.1 minutes. That leaves me 0.2 minutes available. Right? So now I've done A, B, C, and E. The only thing that I can do at this point is D, based upon other items being required to do the remaining tasks. So will D fit? If I go back up and look at my time requirements, D has a time requirement of 0.6 minutes, and that won't fit. So basically I'm stuck and I have 0.2 minutes of idle time for the first workstation. So now we start with my second workstation. Again, what I've assigned so far is A, B, C, and E. So what I'm going to assign, what I have available to assign now is D is the only thing that I can do at this point. I have 1.5 minutes. D takes 0.6 minutes, so I'm going to do D, and that leaves me with 0.9 minutes. Again, I have 0.9 minutes available. The only things I can do, the only task I can do now, based on having done A, B, C, and E, and D rather, I should say, are F. F takes me 0.2 minutes, and 0.2 minutes are available from my 0.9. That leaves me with a time of 0.7 minutes. So 0.7 minutes available. The only thing I can do now is G, based on what I've done so far, and what the immediate precedence requirements are. G is going to take me 0.4 minutes, so I'm going to do, and that will fit in with the time available, so I'm going to do G. And that's going to leave me with 0.7 minus 0.4 leaves me with 0.3 minutes. 0.3 minutes available. The only thing I can do at this point, based upon the precedence diagram, is H. H takes me 0.1 minutes. If I go back up the top, H takes me 0.1 minutes. So I'm going to assign H, and that leaves me with 0.2 minutes. I have 0.2 minutes available now. And the only thing that I can do at this point is I. Now, I happens to fit perfectly into that. If I look at I has a time of 0.2 minutes, and that leaves me with no idle time for that workstation. Right, so now I jump to workstation number 3. Again, I start with 1.5 minutes, and what I have left over to do is J, K, and L, and each one of those, J is basically required for K, which is required for L, so only thing I can do first is J. J will fit in at 0.7 minutes, so that leaves me with 0.8 minutes. Then I have 0.8 minutes available. I do K, which takes me 0.3 minutes. And finally, I do L, which takes me 0.5 minutes, which leaves me with 0.3 minutes left over. So basically, I've used 3 workstations, and I have 0.5 minutes of idle time. That's 0.2 plus 0 plus 0.3. Next thing I want to do is I want to do the same information based upon using the greatest number of tasks following. So again, the item that had the most tasks following was A. So the first thing I'm going to do, if it will fit, is I'm going to put in task A. Task A, remember, had a time of 0.1, so I use the 0.1. That leaves me with 1.4 minutes. What can I do after that? I can still do B, or I can do E. Again, B had 9 tasks after it. Right? If I go back up the top and I look at the green section over here, B had 9 tasks after it, whereas E had only 7 tasks after it. Right? So I'm going to first assign B. B took 0.2 minutes, which is going to leave me with 1.2 minutes. Again, now I can do C or E. The one that had the greatest number of tasks after it was C. C takes me 0.3 minutes, so that leaves me with 0.9 minutes. And now I have available, I just did C, so now I have 0.3 minutes available. So now I can do either D or E. Again, based upon the number of items after it, D or E. D had 7 tasks after it, E had 7 tasks after it. So in the case of the number of if they both will fit, in the case this one here, this problem told me that if I had equal weight based upon the heuristic items, I'm going to use the one with the for tiebreakers. In each case, it will be the one with the shortest processing time. So in this case here, the one with the shortest processing time was E, which was 0.1 minutes, and that left me with 0.2 minutes left over. And now I go back up and look, and what do I have left? I have 0.2 minutes, and what will fit? I still need to do D in order to do F, and F is the next, basically the workstation. So I can try to do D. But task D, if I look at the time, task D takes me 0.6 minutes, so it won't fit. So I'm stuck, and I have, again, 0.2 minutes left over for idle time. So again, now I start with my second workstation. The second workstation, remember, I've done tasks A, B, C, and E so far, right? These items right here. And I start with my 1.5 minutes. And what's available, the only thing that's available for me to do at this point, based on what I've done so far, is D, and D takes me 0.6 minutes, which leaves me with 0.9 minutes. Then I'm going to do F, because again, that's all I can do next, which takes me 0.2 minutes, which leaves me 0.7 minutes. Next thing I can do is G, which takes me 0.4 minutes, which leaves me 0.3 minutes. And then I do H, which takes me 0.1 minutes, which leaves me with 0.2 minutes. And finally, I do task I would be available task I, and I do task I because it just fits in there and leaves me with no idle time. Finally, I'm going to do workstation number 3. Workstation number 3, again, similarly to the other one, I have J, K, and L available. And I'm going to do J first, K, then L, because I have to do them basically in that order, and they will fit. All right. The next part of the task problem basically asks me to calculate the idle time, right? So the idle time, in each case, each scenario, I had idle time of 0.2 minutes for the first workstation. I had 0 idle time for the second workstation, and I had 0.3 minutes available of idle time for the third workstation. So I have 0.5 minutes of 0.5 minutes of idle time total. So the number of workstations is 3 minutes times the time available in each workstation is 1.5 minutes. So the 0.5 minutes of idle time divided by the 4.5 minutes of available time gives me that I have 11.11 minutes of idle time. Alright, so I'm going to finish up quickly with this one now. What I want to do is I want to give the people who watch this actually a 5-point bonus on the homework for Chapter 6, since nobody's turned in Chapter 6. So what I want you to do is, the first thing you're going to type in your homework for Chapter number 6, and you're going to highlight this in yellow, is watched the video. So basically, just like this, you're going to type in, and I'm not going to put this in the file that you're going to be able to see, watched the video, did not share this with anyone else. You're going to put this first, you're going to highlight this, just like this, in yellow, and you're going to put this at the very top of your homework, and I will add 5 points, and I will make a comment on the homework that I added 5 points. Again, this is honor system, that you don't share this with anybody else. And again, I'm adding 5 points to the homework, so you could possibly get 105 points for the homework for this particular one, that you actually watched the Screen-O-Matic and you watched it until the end. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and that finishes the Screen-O-Matic.